Hi, I'm Natalie Familiar Embrace, and welcome to the first video and vlog podcast session on calming the chaos and having some peace of mind. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about how we handle our emotional wounds versus our physical wounds. And I'm going to start with the physical wounds first because I tend to be really good at giving myself some physical wounds because I'm a big klutz. Ask my husband. So let's say we're going to start with a minor wound. And imagine that you get out of bed and you're walking down the hallway and you step on a Lego. That's as sharp as a tack. If you're a mom of boys, you understand what that feels like. You pick up the Lego, you move it, you rub your foot. Maybe you don't step on it quite as much for the next couple of hours. Doesn't last for very long. Hopefully you didn't puncture anything, but you did take a moment and you rubbed your foot. Now let's move up a little bit on the wound scale. And let's say that you are also in a hurry that day, one particular day, and you run into the kitchen table. And now you have a big bruise on your thigh. It's not like this has ever happened to me before, or that I have one on my leg right now, because I do. Anyway, so you have this bruise on your thigh, and what do you do with this bruise on your thigh? This bruise is probably going to last maybe about a week or so. You definitely don't rub it, and you're a little bit extra careful, and notice that when you look at it, it starts to welt up. So you might get an ice pack and rub it on your thigh and keep it there for a little bit, and you're a little bit more mindful about it when you're getting dressed, when you're putting on your yoga pants, and make sure that you're not hitting it. And then you just be extra careful that, you're not laying on it in the middle of the night because that certainly hurts. And then let's take that up one more. You're cooking dinner and you are grating cheese, or in my case, using a mandolin, and you slice your knuckle and you slice it almost all the way off. What do? You go to the emergency room and you get some stitches. And then you have to keep your finger straight so that the stitches don't pop open. So in all three cases, you did something. It might have been minor, like rubbing your foot. It might have been just putting an ice pack on where you might have a welt, or you might have gone to the emergency room and got some stitches and then had to take extra care of it that week. But the point is that it was a physical scar and a physical wound, and you handled it. You tackled it. So why is it so different with the emotional scars? Let's take those emotional scars, for example. So something minor might be that you are running a little bit late to work and you wanted to get to work on time, or at least early, so that you could leave early. But there's heavy traffic flow, which means that you're not there on time. And that gets irritating. And what do? You sit in your car and you cuss at the drivers and you get pissed and you're honking your horn. And then you finally get to work and you're a little irritated about it. And you might text your spouse about the irritants of the heavy traffic and how much it sucks. But you don't really do much about it other than complain and bitch about it. Take that up another level, just like we did with those physical wounds. And let's say you had to get your yard ready for spring. And as you're doing that, you turn on the sprinklers and notice that all of your pipes have busted from the frozen water over the winters. Yay. So that's $2,500 because now you had to dig up your entire sprinkler system. And that was your savings for summer. And now you have to cut back a little bit because you want to be able to still take that summer vacation that you were saving for. So you cancel your gym membership, and you might cancel your cable if you still have cable, and you might cancel those magic trips of driving through this window where they hand you this magic bean that mixes with water and provides you with a lot of energy throughout the day, otherwise known as coffee. You might have to cancel some of those just so you can save up for the summer. And that's a little bit irritating and frustrating. And yeah, all you do is just take away the stuff that really keeps you going. Your gym, it may be some TV time that kind of helps you with some unstructured self-care and that coffee that you love so much. Now take it up an even bigger notch. And let's say that you have your kids in the car and you get in a car accident and you're injured, your kids are injured, your car is totaled, and now you're feeling a little traumatized from driving. Your kids are even traumatized. And that injury has set you back from working out for 6 to 8 weeks. And now you're not taking care of yourself and you start to feel a little depressed about your body and you're starting to feel anxious about having to go drive again and you're feeling guilty about having your kids in the car because maybe the accident was your fault. And you see the spiral, you just keep going further and further. And so basically, it's the bigger the wound, the bigger the impact. So why is it that with our physical wounds, we treat them so differently than our emotional wounds? What would it look like, instead of just moving on throughout your day when you were frustrated with traffic, and instead of cussing at them, that you put on a traffic playlist and you listen to that to distract your mood? What if you treated those emotional wounds like you did the physical wounds? You address them immediately. Instead of rubbing your foot after you stepped on a Lego, if you come out of heavy traffic, you're taking some deep breaths. Or maybe you're listening to a playlist during traffic to help you distract from the frustrations of sitting there in your car. Learning skills now could help you handle these situations in the future. Learning these little things to handle these daily flusters and annoyances can help you, because learning these skills after a tragedy is freaking hard. Trust me. That's called learning the hard way and not the smart way. And the way that you want to learn is learn all of these tools and coping skills along the way. And you can do that by doing some mindfulness techniques and relaxation and meditation and breathing and listening to music. All things that I can introduce to you through this mindful journal called A Peace of Mind. It just takes you through a prompt, one page at a time, and it gives you an example of a meditation, a relaxation technique, a breathing technique, or even some type of music that you can involve in your life to help with those daily annoyances and stresses so that they don't build up and create bigger wounds. Or so that when you do have a tragedy that you're prepared for it because you've been practicing this. It's just like training for a marathon. You don't just get out there and start running. You have to start with little runs. So check it out, download it, let me know what you think, and take the walk with me to a peace of mind.